You kind of touch on how these strategies are so transferable, right? You started off with real estate, but now you're seeing that these same strategies can apply to NFT, or these same strategies can apply to people with subscription based businesses and models like that. How is it so easily transferable?
Yeah, so that comes down to the concepts. I would say, like, obviously, if you're running a specific type of ad, obviously you're not gonna use the exact same ad for one business as you would for another. But the principles of marketing are the exact same. So marketing generally, it's all starts with testing. It all starts with a kind of a foundation, right? So when I look at it with real estate, let's say that you're starting with just social media, you have to have some sort of a foundation from which you're going to advertise. So that could be, your social media pages, your branding, your website, whatever, right? You have to have some sort of a presence. Now, a lot of people have that presence already because they've just to get their business up and going, they have to use their time and they have to do kind of organic outreach online. Because in business, like I'm sure all of you know, like there's only two currencies, money or time. So at the beginning, you use your time. You have to build that up, and then when you have that system, then you start to use your money to win back your time, to buy back your time through building systems. When it comes to marketing and advertising, just for real estate, for example, you have like your social media, and then you start with one form of marketing, for example, right? Let's say you're doing paid traffic on Facebook. Okay, so you're going to test. Do you keep them on platform or do you take them off platform? What kind of campaign are you running? It all involves like you have to basically is going to work. And then once you find a system that works and you develop that proof of concept, then you can basically expand that just to a different form of marketing, and you start to layer them on top of each other. So when it came to helping my friends with NFTs, what I was looking at is, okay, where's he already at? What is he already doing? What is his current strategy, and how is that working or is it not working? And then, okay, what is the goal? What is the actual objective? And how do you connect that objective, right, through either paid traffic or a more robust organic strategy through, I mean, for him, it's more like Twitter, right? Twitter, I know Twitter, Discord, there's other platforms, Reddit, Quora, that you can advertise on specifically for that type of business. But again, it comes down to you have a foundation that you start from, and then you test one thing at a time. In marketing, we call it A/B testing. In some cases, you can do more than just A/B testing. You can test a whole bunch of different things at once, depending on how powerful the algorithms are on the platform. Um, but that's kind of like I don't know. I hope I'm not getting ahead of your question, but that's kind of like an overview.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And I don't think that you were getting ahead at all. In fact, just kind of what you shared kind of helps me. Well, not necessarily help me understand, but gives me even more questions because I'm just a baby in the game right now, Derek, and I'm just trying to understand, how all this stuff works. And when we're dealing with a lot of new entrepreneurs and young entrepreneurs who are getting started, and as you mentioned, they start off using a lot of their time. And when it comes to now the transition of identifying like, hey, I'm using a lot of my time, but I have some money so I can buy back a little bit of my time. With marketing, I think it is so people shy away from using that money towards marketing because of how unknown it is. And I hear you saying things like testing, A/B testing. Is there a way to kind of like help people feel a little bit more confident of using those dollars for marketing, especially like for the content? Like what is it exactly are you advertising, the content of what you're advertising? How do you test that before just dumping a whole lot of money just to have an ad flop and not produce the results? Or what kind of mindset, I think, is the best question. What kind of mindset should people be in when they enter this space of testing these different ads and marketing techniques?
Yeah, that's a good question. So number one, it does depend on the niche. It does depend on the industry. I mean, you think about just for real estate, right? If you're thinking just wholesaling, the average time that I understand, the average time from contract to close itself is just 30 days. So if you're going to start testing marketing, first of all, you have to think, okay, you have to think quarterly. That's the best way to think about it. If you think month to month and the average time it takes is 30 days, well, you may not have enough time to really determine, is this, working long term, right? So that's the first thing I tell people, at least within real estate, to think about. And this applies to whether, I'm working with agents, realtors, brokers, wholesalers, rehabbers. You have to think about that in a quarterly way. My process basically is we start with one area and we get a proof of concept there. So let's say you start with something like Facebook, Instagram, right? And you keep them on the platform. So you keep the actual leads on the platform. You don't take them off to a website, right? You may not even have that built yet, right? But you keep them on platform, you test that, you get a proof of concept there. Okay, so then now that's working. Now you build out a conversion optimized landing page. And then you, instead of keeping them on platform using Facebook's lead forms, now you start to send them off platform to that landing page. And so now you're testing that. And then you start to compare, right? Once you have that developed, okay, now if that landing page is now converting on Facebook, well, now let's take that same landing page. We know it converts well for one platform. Let's take it to another platform. Let's try Google pay-per-click. Because by then we have the foundation of, okay, this works here. Now we'll move it here. And so you start building that out. But in other industries, I mean, first of all, you want to make sure that you have like a goal, an objective, a campaign objective. You have to know like what your actual goal is. Like, are you just looking for email opt-ins? Are you looking for appointments? Are you looking for, name, email, phone number? Are you just looking for people to join your Discord, right? Are you like, you have to have an objective first. Once you have the objective, then you can write copy and develop the ads basically to obtain that objective. And you want to start with at least a template that has been proven by someone else already. And then you can adjust it and adapt it for your own purposes. That's what I would recommend if you're new. There are ways to do this, like TikTok, for example. TikTok's really new right now, right? Relatively, for a lot of businesses are getting into TikTok. If you're going to experiment with advertising on TikTok, you can literally go into, you create your business and ad account manager. For the business side of things, you can literally go in and they have a mini ads library where you can look at the top performing ads and you can see what people are actually already doing. You can search by industry. And so that's what I would tell people to do. Like, if you're going to try to do this on your own, do research, and you can actually search. Same thing with Facebook. Facebook has a Facebook ads library. You can literally search by keyword. And as long as someone's running ads, you could even search your competitors and see what ads they're already running. And you can start there as a kind of like a foundation. Now, Facebook didn't used to have that. I think TikTok is doing something similar, but it's not as built out and as robust as Facebook because it's newer. But that's where I would start. Like I said, it's like step by step, but try to do research first. And like, I literally just had a friend, he just asked me the other day about how to, like, he was asking me for ideas. Okay, he works with people who are in the kind of mental health space.
All right, what's up, millionaire? So I know I shared this once, maybe even twice, but here's the third time. So I'm really starting to lose faith in business cards. And the reason why is because every time I get about 500 business cards, I use about 100, 150, and my business has changed. Whether the website has changed or just things are just changing, especially when you're a new entrepreneur. I've been in entrepreneurship just under 5 years. So, things are still changing. You're optimizing, you're getting new websites, getting new Instagram accounts, and your business card really expires. So what I learned and what I love now is Popl, right? I have a Popl card right here in my pocket. And what I love about it is it's a physical card that I can put my logo on. Even has a QR code that I can scan or hold up to somebody's phone. And they have a virtual business card where I can update my information as much as I need to. I can share as much information as I want to from my phone number, social media pages, the whole nine. And I can also disable sharing that information if I want to as well. I definitely want you guys to consider Popl because as your business is changing, why spend so much money on these paper business cards when most of the times people throw them away and it's expired because you changed your business? So there's also going to be a link at the bottom of this video for you to download Popl, get your business card, or if I hold it up close enough, you might be able to scan that QR code.